Welcome to City Yoga. My name is Luke. This is going to be a 30-minute gentle flowing yoga practice. So we're going to go ahead and begin in pose of a child. So starting off by coming to all fours, begin by widening your knees. Bring both the knees out to the edges of your mat and slide your big toes together. Then just walk your hands forward, spreading the fingers, and slowly begin to sink your hips back towards the heels. Allow your forehead to and just let your elbows rest on your mat. As you breathe in, allow your shoulders to soften a little bit more, engage the belly, start to lengthen the breath as it goes out. And we'll begin to channel our breath in and out through the nostrils. So gradually beginning to deepen your breath, deepen the breath coming in, and try to lengthen the breath going out. And drawing the belly in, inch your fingers further forward so that your arms are extended and your wrists and elbows are off the mat now. And begin to gently sway, rocking the ribcage to the right, over to the left. We're going to find stillness again and walk both of our hands over towards the right side of the mat so we can stretch through the left side of the body. We're going to inhale back through the center. Shift both hands over to the left, stretching through the right side of the body. And then gazing forward, you're going to extend your hands back towards the front of your mat. Claw the mat with your finger pads and start to shift forward, bringing your shoulders above your wrists. So anchor through the hands and begin to float the feet up towards the back of the head, sinking the hips downward, pressing the shoulders down and back. As you draw the belly in, press back into your fingers and glide back into your child's pose. Sending our hips back towards the heels. And we'll do that just one more time. Inhaling forward, sinking the hips and lifting the heart. And then exhaling back. And from here, just to begin to transition back up to your hands and knees. So we'll shift the knees back in so that in line with our hips. We'll place our shoulders above the wrists, spreading the fingers nice and wide, and continue to try to keep the weight out of the wrists. Put the weight into your finger pads, especially into your thumb and your forefinger, pressing down into your mat. And then soften the shoulders back, dial the elbows inward like you're turning a jar. On your next inhale, lower the belly and lift the heart forward. On your exhale, start to round, tuck the chin, widen, push away from the mat. Again, inhale, lower the belly, arching the back. Exhale, round. Try to tuck the tail. On your next inhale, tuck your toes, drop in the belly. And then untuck the toes as you round through the back. And slowly bring yourselves back into a neutral position, floating your right leg behind you. Just take a moment here to anchor through that right hand. So you want to be pressing through that shoulder into your mat. And as you gaze down, reach the left hand out in front of you. We'll curl the right toes and push back through that right heel. If you need to modify, that right foot can come down. But allow your shoulders to soften back from your ears. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Keep the gaze down. And see if you can lengthen next time you breathe in. And just come undone as you breathe out. So we're coming back to all fours. And we're just going to go ahead and switch sides. Extend the left leg. Curl the toes in. And then point the toes down so our hips are squared. Gaze down, keeping a nice long neck. Anchor the left hand and extend the right hand. Spreading the fingers. Spreading the toes. Option to modify by bringing that left foot to the floor if you need to. And then see if you can go a little bit longer breathing in. And then just come undone as you breathe out. So coming back to our hands and knees. You're going to sink the hips towards the heels, come onto the elbows. Float the hands and make fists. And as you breathe in, slowly rolling your wrists in one direction. And as you breathe out, roll your wrists in the other direction. And then walking the hands forward, just cupcake the fingers. So your palms off the mat, elbows off the mat. We're going to pull the belly in, sink back. Try to lengthen the arms. And then pressing the palms down. Shift forward, bringing the shoulders back over the wrists. Go ahead and tuck the toes, claw them out with your fingers, and send the hips up towards the ceiling. You just go ahead and maintain that upside down V position. So the gaze is towards the feet. Your ears are inside your shoulders. Try to press down and forward with your hands. And then start to pedal the feet. And then gaze forward and just tiptoe your way forward all the way to the front of the mat. So we're going to walk up and bringing the feet up to meet the hands. We're going to soften the knees, soften the shoulders, and just let your head hang towards the floor. And when you're ready, you can reach around for your opposite elbows, frame the ears inside your shoulders, and just very gently sway your whole upper body side to side like a rag doll. You're going to find stillness again. This time, release the hands, bow the head, and then roll up one vertebra at a time. As you come up to standing, extend the arms overhead, gaze towards the ceiling, draw the palms together, and bring your hands down to heart center. Try to ground your feet. Try to retract your shoulders. So we're going to roll the shoulders. Shift the weight back into the heels and maybe float all 10 toes. Draw them down into your mat. Inhale, both arms overhead, taking a hold of your left wrist. On your exhale, fold to the right side. Inhale to the center, take a hold of that right wrist. Exhale, fold over to the left. As you come back to the center next time, just hook your thumbs together, spread the fingers, and suck in the belly button. You're going to reach the arms up and back, press the hips forward. If it's okay with the neck, you can gaze up, draw the coming back to neutral. Inhale your hands to heart. Shift the weight into that left foot on the exhale. If you want to challenge your balance a little bit more, you can begin to float the right knee towards the chest. And if you're floating the right foot, curl the toes. Keep grounding through your left big toe for balance. Roll the shoulders back over your hips. And tuck the belly in. Release any tension through the shoulders and put it into your feet, put it into your belly. And then come undone, grounding the reaching back up as we breathe in. As your hands move back to heart center, shift the weight into that right leg. We're going to bring the left foot up, curl the toes in, and lengthen the spine by pushing your shoulders down and back so they sit over your hips. Try to maintain a nice long neck. Flex the left foot and ground the right big toe. And come undone, we'll come back to neutral, so we're going to come back to standing. Start to draw the belly in. On your next inhale, add a little back bend by push both hands behind the back. Interlacing the fingers here. Slowly roll your shoulders down and back, kissing the palms together if we can, and then lifting the heart up towards the ceiling. Breathing in. Start to hinge forward as you breathe out. If you're looser in the shoulders, you can drape your arms overhead. If you're tight in the shoulders, you can soften the elbows and bring your hands to your low back. And let's all soften the knees and bow the head towards the floor. Soften these a little bit more. Let's take one more big inhale. On the exhale, releasing the hands down. And then slowly rolling up one vertebra at a time. Keep the arms reaching towards the floor. Pull your shoulders all the way up to your ear. And then slowly draw the shoulders down into your back body. And we'll do that twice more. Inhale the shoulders up. Exhale the shoulders down. We'll take one more big inhale, rolling the shoulders towards our ears. Lengthen the spine, keep the heart lifted. Reach up, hook the thumbs together, lengthening into your back bend. On the exhale, we're going to fold all the way forward and come back down towards your mat. Take the palms to the shins. Press the chest forward as you breathe in, folding forward as you breathe out. Once more, inhale to a flat back, exhale into fold. Maybe widen the knees so they're slightly wider than your hips. Softening into that left knee, keeping the left finger pads grounded. You can place your hand on the floor, you can place your hand on a block or a book, and just slowly begin to open the right hand towards the ceiling. Spiral the chest open, and then come undone, and we'll just switch sides. So right hand stays grounded, right knee bends, and we're going to take the left arm to the ceiling. Spiraling both ribs up towards the ceiling. And then slowly come undone. And shuffle your feet back into a more neutral position. Soften the knees. And start to drag your fingers forward like they're being pulled by an invisible magnet. Folding back in. And we'll do that once more on the inhale. Inhale, reach. Lengthening through the back of the legs. Exhale, folding back in. Bow the head. Squeeze the fists. And engage the belly. As you breathe in, slowly rolling the wrists in one direction. And as you breathe out, rolling your wrists in the opposite direction. Extend the hands down so your fingertips are pointing towards the floor. Bring the weight into your heels. And then slowly begin to lower the hips. Gaze forward as you inhale. And then fold back down on the exhale. Bowing the head, reaching all the way up towards the ceiling. And we'll draw the palms together and bring the hands down to heart center. Right foot, take a nice big step out with the left, so stepping towards the back of the mat. And we'll just go ahead and turn completely towards the left side. So we're in a wide-legged standing pose. And just shuffle the feet so both feet are parallel, or maybe slightly pigeon-toed. Draw your hands to your lower back. Engage the belly. Upright the torso. And roll the shoulder blades and elbows in towards each other. Pressing the hips forward, maybe gazing up. Come back to neutral. And we'll move the hands to the waist. Soften into the knees and start to hinge forward. So from here we can let the crown of the head fall towards the floor. If you can go further, you can bring your hands down the outsides of the legs. Maybe down towards your ankles, all the way down towards the mat. We keep bowing the crown of the head down towards the floor. So again, if you need to modify and back off, your hands can stay at the shins, they can stay above the knee. But soften the shoulders, allow your head to feel heavy. Maybe the finger pads can reach under the shoulders all the way to the floor. And if you find that you can reach all the way down, maybe start to walk the hands forward, lengthening through the arms, pressing the weight back into the feet. Bring your hands back under the shoulders, soften the knees, ground the feet, and bring your hands to the waist. We're going to pause here, peel the shoulders back, and then slowly roll back up to standing. And once you find yourselves back to standing, keep the right foot facing the side, turn the left toes towards the back of the mat. And we're going to start by grounding that back heel. We're going to open the chest and the hips towards the right side. So extend the arms, or tee the arms, slowly drawing our shoulders down. As you breathe in, ground your back right heel. As you breathe out, sink into that left knee. You're going to look over the left hand. And we're going to try to press that left knee forward, try to roll that right heel back, hip back. Just soften the shoulders downward. And only if it's in your practice, you can opt to sink a little bit deeper. And if you want to add intensity, you got the option of picking up that front left heel, but only if it feels okay. And try to extend long with the hands, try to extend long through the fingers. Ground the left heel if it's lifted, and flip your left palm. Offer it forward, and then reach it all the way back. We're going to bring the right hand to the leg. We're going to reach the left hand up and over. And gradually begin to straighten that front left knee, but keep reaching back with the left hand. And then tee the arms out. So again, draw the shoulders down. And just try to place yourselves between two sheets of glass. So maybe that right heel turns out a little bit more if it feels better. Flatten the back. Shift your and extend your left hand forward. Finding our triangle by bringing the left hand to the shin and stacking the right shoulder on top. Softening both shoulders away from the ears. Reaching up through the right hand. Just finding your breath. Think about creating space as you breathe in through the nose. The pose moving into that space as you breathe out through the nose. And if it feels good, take the right arm over your ear. I'm going to windmill back up, coming out of that pose. Turn our left foot in, turn the right foot towards the front of the mat. Setting up for our warrior two. Extend the arms, soften the shoulders. Keep that back heel grounded, left foot this time, and sink into that front right knee. We're going to look over the right hand. Think about rolling the left hip back towards the back of the mat and drawing the right knee forward towards the front of the mat. And intensity, you can float that front right heel. And draw the right heel down, flip the right palm up. As you inhale, reaching forward to the right hand. On the exhale, taking the right arm back. Let your left hand fall to the back leg. Maintain the bend in your front knee, the length in the back leg. And gradually start to extend the front right knee so both knees are straight this time. And then tee the arms back out. You're going to shift the left hip back. Pause here. Soften the shoulders, engage your belly, and then reach as far forward as you can. Right hand falls to the shin, left hand stacks over the right shoulder, extends towards the ceiling. Drawing it back a little bit deeper if it's in your practice. And then maybe taking that left arm over the ear if that feels okay. And from here, we're going to gaze towards that right foot, bend the right knee, take both hands down. Float your back heel, sink into a nice deep lunge. And just let your left knee come all the way down here. So we're in that modified lunge. Try to guide your hips towards the mat. And then slowly begin to round back. So you might go round back and get that front leg straight, but it doesn't have to be straight. You just want to fold and bow the head and create a little bit more length through the front leg. So if you want to stretch the top of the foot, you can point the toes on that right foot. If you want to get a deeper stretch in the back of the leg, you can curl the toes on that right foot. And if you feel like you want to add intensity, you can walk your hands outside of the right foot or the right leg. And just gradually begin to come undone. Shifting back into that lunge, you'll tuck the back toes, pick up the back knee, and just start to round back. Soften both knees and baby step your left foot forward or step it all the way up to join the right. You're going to soften the knees here. Reach all the way up towards the ceiling, taking a little back bend at the top and come right back down. Folding forward. Palms to the shins. Press your chest forward as you inhale. And as you fold, step your right foot back. So just sinking into a lunge on the other side. Let your hips sink a little bit lower, lifting the heart up, and then drawing the right knee all the way down. Inhale here. On your exhale, start to round back, bowing the head, lengthening through the front leg. Again, option to point the foot or curl the toes, depending on if you want to stretch the top of the foot or deepen the stretch in the back of the leg. For more intensity, we can walk our hands to the outside of that left leg. And gradually come undone. Shift back into your lunge. Tuck your back toes. Pick up your back knee and plant the hands on your mat. We're going to slide the left foot back to join the right, finding ourselves in the plank position with the shoulders over the wrist. Option to modify by coming down to your knees, maybe grounding through the fists, or even coming all the way down to the forearms with the knees up or down. We're just going to hold plank for a few breaths. Shoulders are back, drawing the belly in, pressing the heels back. Take a nice deep inhale. On your exhale, just going to slowly lower all the way down, coming down to the mat. Create a pillow with your forearms. Rest the forehead. And then bend both knees. So we're going to flex the feet so the soles of the feet point up. And just very slowly start to windshield wipe with the knees side to side. And as you come back to stillness, release both feet down. Start to engage the belly. Continue to bow the head, but we're going to take our arms back, or jet plane our arms back. Pull the shoulder blades together. Keep drawing the belly in. And lift just the heart as you inhale, pushing your shoulders back towards your hips. Exhale to slowly lower. Point the toes, engage the belly some more, and lift everything up off the mat as you breathe in. Just maintain as you breathe out. So holding here, we're going to float everything up. Shoot the fingers back, shoot the toes back. Breathing in. And then lowering back down as we breathe out. Just go ahead and place both of your hands underneath your shoulders. Try to keep the palms grounded, try to keep the fingers spread. Push your shoulders back. Hug your elbows in. And take a small lift up as you breathe in. Lower down as you breathe out. So keeping the elbows close to our ribs, keeping the shoulders pushing back to the hips. Claw the mat, bow the head. If you can push up a little bit more as you inhale. Roll back down on the exhale. Then go ahead and tuck the toes here. You can ground the knees. Push away from the floor and try to lengthen the arms. And just transition to tabletop. So ground the left hand. You can make a fist if that feels better. But keep the left hand grounded. And just slowly open the right arm up. Spreading the fingers. So inhale as you reach. And then reach back towards the heel as you exhale. Again, shifting forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, reaching back towards the heel, sinking your hips back. On your next inhale, just open the right arm towards the ceiling, and then thread it underneath the left arm as you breathe out. So we're going to thread the right arm through, come down to that right shoulder. Option to stay here. Option to reach your left fingers forward. Option to wrap the left hand around the back if that feels good. You're going to come undone by drawing the left hand down, engaging the belly, and then inhaling the right arm back up and releasing it back down. So now we're going to anchor through the right hand. Inhale the left arm up. Shift your hips back towards the heel as you reach back. Shift forward as you inhale, reaching back up to the ceiling. Reach back as you exhale, hips towards the heel. On your next breath in, spiral the ribcage open. And then reach under as you breathe out. So threading the left hand through to the right side, coming down to your left ear, left shoulder. That right hand can stay where it is, or it can wrap around the back, or it can extend forward. You're going to ground the right hand next to the crown of the head. You're going to inhale the left arm to the ceiling. And then come undone. Coming back to your hands and knees. Keep the toes together. Widen the knees. Move your hands slightly forward of your shoulders. And then just shift your hips back towards that right heel. And then circle forward towards your left wrist. Lifting the heart, shining the chest forward. Sink back towards your left heel. Keeping the arms long. Shift forward towards the right wrist. You're going to pause. Walk your hands back under the shoulders. Draw the knees back under the hips. Allow the belly to lower as you breathe in. Rounding as you breathe out. Come back to neutral. And just shuffle the knees up towards the wrists. Cross the feet at the ankles. And take a seat on the mat. So you may need to shift forward a little bit if you're towards the back of the mat. From here, we're going to find our way down to our back. So just come undone. Come all the way to the back. That. Ceiling. Again as you breathe in. Chest expands towards the chin. Slowly lower as you breathe out. And then allow your feet to widen. Maybe just to tee the arms if that feels good. Goalpost the hands if that feels better. But if it's in your practice, just reach the arms long towards the back of the mat and start to windshield wipe the knees side to side here. You're going to allow the knees to stack all the way to the right and turn the gaze over to the left. For a deeper stretch, that right foot can come on top of the left knee. Try to ground your shoulders. And then switch and change. Draw the knees to the left. If you're on a deeper stretch, that left foot can come on top of the right knee. Grounding the shoulders as you look to the right. As you come undone, lengthen the arms, extend the legs, stretching from top to toe. As you breathe in, pull your shoulders down, draw your belly in, lengthen your toes and fingers. Exhale, soften, melting back into your mat. One knee at a time. Start to bend the knees. When you're ready, gather the knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Fall to one side. Take a fetal position. And with your eyes closed, bring yourselves up into a comfortable seat. And keeping the eyes closed, cup your hands around your knees, slide the shoulders down into your back body. Draw the hands to heart center. And just take a moment here to peel the shoulders down. Take a big breath in through the nose, holding at the top. And try to sip in some more. And side out. You're going to bow the head, tuck the chin. And thank you all for joining me in practice. Namaste.